Hi, I'm Maria. Today we gonna learn together how you can present you in English. 'Cause you can meet new people every day. Knowing how to introduce yourself makes you more comfortable to give a good impression. Imagine someone asking you, "Tell me about you?" You want to respond calmly and with confidence. It's exactly our goal. Want to answer simply and correctly with this question. Are many situations where you have to introduce yourself, formal like an interview. Others are casual like a party. It's important to know when to use what shape. A good presentation always depends on the situation. Sometimes it makes sense to talk about your work, but at a party it's not very interesting. Understanding the context is therefore important. Let's start with the basics. How to introduce yourself. We start with the first name. You can say, "My name is Sophia," or "I'm Sophia." First option is more common and natural. Second is very simple. If you have a nickname, you can say, "My name is Beatrice, but my friends call me Bea. Or "My name is Fabian, you can call me Fab." Now, after saying the name, add some personal thing. You can say, "Where are you from?" For example, "I'm from France. I am French. I live in Paris." If you come from another country, just change the name. For example, "I come from Canada. I'm Canadian. I live in Montreal." Now let's start about what you do. You can say, "I'm student. I work like teacher. I'm engineer." If you don't work, you can say, "I'm not working right now." Now let's move on to hobbies. In English, you say, "I like read. I like to play soccer. I like to travel. I like doing yoga. I like to watch movies." Now we will connect everything. This is an example. "Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm from France. I live in Paris. I work as an English teacher. I like to travel and read books. It's a pleasure to meet you." It's a good presentation. It's adapted to formal and informal situations. Can adapt it according to the place and the person. Let's talk about greeting in English. You can say, "Hi," that used in the morning and in the afternoon. It's said when you meet someone new. "How are you?" It's a friendly way to start a conversation. If someone asks you, "How are you?" you can say, "I'm okay, thanks. Or "I'm not okay." These simple phrases help you start conversations easily. Learning to introduce yourself in English is a good first step. You can confidence when you speak the language. Practice it every day helps you to improve yourself. Try to talk about your presentation out loud. You can write it too. Change some details to make it more personal. Let's move on to the next step of the lessons. The next important information is the place. Maybe where you live right now. It can also be the place you come. Here are some examples. For a natural presentation, you can say, "I'm from USA. I'm American. I live in Washington." If you mean where you were born, you can say, You was born in New York. I grew up in California. I spent my childhood in Florida. Now let's talk about the family. You decide how much information you want to give. If you are married, you can say, I have been married for 5 years. We have been married since 2020. If you are in a relationship but not married, you say, I have been in a relationship for 3 years. If you have kids, you can say, I have a son, he is 7. I have a girl, she is 4. If you want to talk about your brothers and sisters, you can say, I have 3 siblings. I'm only child. If you want to talk about your big family, you can say I live in Paris, but most of my families live in Lyon. Now let's talk about hobbies and interests. These are some examples. I like to cook. I really like playing soccer. I'm interested in photography and art. Finally, let's talk about your job. There are many ways to describe that you do. You can say, I'm graphic artist. I work as an engineer. I'm head of a technology company. I work in marketing. I work at Google.by. Combining these parts, you have a good presentation. Take the time to personalize it. Train out loud to gain confidence. Let's move on. We learned how to tell more things about you, so conversations become longer and interesting. IT makes you more comfortable when speaking English. Talking about your daily routine is easy. It's a good method to keep a conversation alive. You can say, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I take breakfast at 8 o'clock. I work from 9 to 17 o'clock. In the evening, I go home. I take dinner with my family. I go to bed at 22 p.m. You can also mention some activities that you do regularly. Play sports 3 times a week. I like to listen to music while working. I read a book before going to bed. Let's talk about your personality. Helps others to understand you better. You can say I'm friendly, I'm curious, I'm quiet and patient. I like to learn new things. If you want to say that you don't like, you can say, I don't like to be late. Talking about your dreams and goals makes your presentation more interesting. You can say, my dream is to travel around the world. I want to become doctor. I want to learn to play guitar. My dream is to improve my English. You can explain too why you learn English. For example, I learn English because I like the culture. I want to talk English to travel to USA. I study English for my work. To maintain a conversation, it is good to ask questions that shows your interest. You can ask, what's your name? Where are you from? Where do you live? What do you do for a living? Where? What hobbies do you have? What do you do in your free time? When someone answers, you can act. You can say, it's interesting. I like this too. And another way you can talk about you. It's to talk of your preferences. You can say, my favorite color is blue. My favorite book name. I like Italian cuisine. Sometimes a fun fact makes your presentation unforgettable. You can say, I visited 10 different countries. I talk 3 languages. Practice makes perfect. We know a lot of ways to talk about yourself. Let's practice putting everything together. An example. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm from France and I live in Paris. I work as an English teacher. I like to travel. I like to read books. I'm curious. I like to learn new things. My dream is to visit Japan. And you? What's your name? Where are you from? Welcome. In the last part of our lesson, how you can introduce yourself in English. In the first part we learned the bases. It was your name, your origin, your work, and your hobbies. In the second part we talked about daily activities, personality, dreams and goals. In the third part we go even further. We learn to talk about experiences, tell little stories, and describe past events. Help you to have some interesting conversations and connect better with others, talking about your past experiences is very useful. You can talk about travels. You can also talk about events you assisted. Simple sentences are: last year I went to Spain. Last month I assisted a great concert. As a child I liked to play soccer. Can also add some details to make the story more captivating. You can say, it was very fun because I met people from all over the world. Can also describe past events. 2 years ago I started learning English. Last week I saw a very interesting movie and met my best friend at university. Can also describe emotions. You can say, I was very happy because I passed my exam. I was surprised by the beauty of the city. After a story you can also say what you learned. This makes your story more interesting. You can say, this experience showed me not to be afraid of novelty. I learned the importance of patience. Keep a conversation alive. You can ask about the experiences of others. Can say, have you ever been abroad? What is your best childhood memory? It's up to you now. Try to create your own small story. Start with simple events. Add some details. Here is an example to train you. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm from France. Last year I went in Italy. Friends, we visited Rome. We visited Florence. I liked the Italian cuisine, especially pizza and ice cream. It was an unforgettable experience. Congratulations, you learned all 3 parts of the lesson. Learn to introduce yourself. Learn to talk about your daily activities. Learn to share some personal stories in English. Keep on to train you. You will be power. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Say something in the commentary. Thank you for learning with us. Goodbye and see you soon.